With more perspective on back-to-school spending, I'm joined in New York by Fanghua Jiang. She's founder of the Children's Cooperation Center. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Elaine, to have me.
So does the increased school spending reflect increased use in technology, or is it really about keeping their child competitive with other students?
I think the price increase really reflects the supply side of the education service, mainly involve real estate as well as labor cost. For example, it will cost more to hire a good teacher, and it will cost more to rent a space. However, it also reflects the government, state government, as well as federal government spending more money in the public school education as well.
But what about the parents? I mean, how much of this are they required to do, and how much of it is just really providing the best for their child?
Well, if you look at the parents, if they send their kids to the public school and within the age of grade 1 to grade 9, which is a compulsory education period, so their education supposed to be free. However, parents try to get their kids ahead of their peer, so they send their kids to private after-school program. And for example, my school, Children's Cooperation Center, we attract many students and we provide the type of education and the usual public school don't provide. So that's why that is a part of the contribution to the cost expense increase.
Is there a way for parents to lower their costs, say when it comes to some of the extra items like electronics or some of the things they may not need, supplies? How can parents watch what they're spending?
Well, Elaine, that type of conversation might be a little bit at odds with the general trend. Chinese parents view the education expense as a must and as something it's not luxury, it's a necessity. And if you look at average family, they may spend from 5% to even as high as 50% of their income on child's education. So they're not really thinking about pouring down, which I think sometimes they should put more caution in that, but that's not the reality we're facing.
And that being said, what about when it comes to tutoring after school or extracurricular activities? Talk about the cost involved with some of these extras outside of school, and what are some of the more popular topics and subjects?
Well, after-school education, if you look at any tutoring, let's say for subject math and for Chinese, if you are looking at top-tier teachers, you are really looking at high price because parents view the teacher's quality is very important. And also, if students spend a lot of time to learn English and involve foreign teachers, and then the teacher's salary will also reflect on children's expense. And in terms of subject, in addition to Chinese, math, and English, that sometimes also involve, let's say, drama, let's say, public speaking, and all those extracurricular cost parents money to do that.
And do we really see a big difference between parents in larger cities in China versus some of the more rural areas? Because when it comes down to it, regardless of where they're from, a lot of parents really believe if you work hard, you can do it.
Yes, I think the parents in the less, I wouldn't say rural area, probably second tier or third tier, their desire to spend in after-school education or extracurricular education are just as strong as parents in the first-tier city, let's say Shanghai, Beijing, or Guangzhou. And for example, for the organization like us, we provide online education. And there are people from third tier, they will contact us and their kids will get connected with a website to our online courses. And so unless you are talking about really rural rural area, which parents don't have the means to support. Otherwise, parents are trying to get ahead, which, I think this type of conversation we're having here hopefully will raise the awareness.
All right, Fanghua Jiang in New York, thank you.